Konnichiwa, it's Yumi here. Today we're going to do part 8 for the walkthrough of Nancy Drew, Tomb of the Lost Queen. The last time we were here, we had actually solved a tile puzzle, and that led us to the discovery of the burial chamber. And whose tomb it is, I have no idea. We don't know yet. But upon doing that, we found out that this guy is here. His name is Dylan, and Lily was there, and Abdullah was there, and some other person. So because we're playing Junior, of course we have a task list, and one of the things that we have to do is find everyone who was at the opening of the tomb. And we are still trying to figure out who the 4 sons of Horus were. And upon our very first big hieroglyphic translation, we found out that, let's see, I am the air that sweeps up the Nile, I am the hunter who faces to greet the new day, I am Imseti, protector of the south, I'm the cry that soars towards the setting sun. Together, we the gods in the train of Horus guard the corners. So these are the 4 of Horus. So, and also I got this relic at the start of the game, but I never read it. Amulets. Amulets were an indispensable part of ancient Egyptian life, worn by both the living and the dead to provide the wearer with special powers and protections. A wide variety of different shapes, materials, and colors was available, from a golden fly for military achievements to a fish for good luck. Funerary amulets played a particularly important role in burying the dead. The deceased's journey to the underworld and afterlife was believed to be aided by placing various amulets between the layers of their linen wrappings. Amulets were believed to confer special powers on their wearer. Thus, an Amsith monkey was a love charm, B, a feldspar hedgehog symbolized rebirth, and C, a balsat baboon imparted wisdom. One of the most commonly used amulets was in the shape of a scarab. As the sacred animal of the god Khepri, the scarab embodied his same powers, most notably rebirth. Other amulets in the animal form of a god or goddess also imbued similar powers as their full human or animal-headed human counterparts. Regular animals not attached to a god held their own powers based on their behavior in the natural world. A hare, given its ability to survive in the unforgiving desert, symbolized regeneration. Regenerative powers were also attached to animals like the hippopotamus that lived in the renewing waters of the Nile, the lizard with its ability to regrow a lost tail, and the baby frogs that would magically appear after a flood. Funerary amulets offered even more choices, depictions of the sons of Horus, the animals. Okay, this is where they talk about the sons of Horus. The animals Happy, Dumatef, Quebesenef, and the human Imseti give protection over the embalmed organs on both canopic jars and amulets. Food offerings in the form of trussed and tied animals and birds provided meals for the deceased in the afterlife. Headrests and depictions of clothing allowed the deceased to bring their possessions with them. Okay, so according to myth, the Eye of Horus represents the eye Horus lost in the battle to Seth. Thoth later magically restored Horus's eye, who in return offered the restored eye to his dead father Osiris. Osiris ate the eye and returned to life. The Eye of Horus then became a symbol of health and life. It was also used as a measuring system. The ancient Egyptians assigned a mathematical fraction and a sense to each section of the eye. Now, of course, we know about the 5 senses like hearing, taste, touch, smell, and sight, but this had a 6th sense called thought. The left part of the eye is smell, the right part of the eye is hearing, the middle part is the sight, obviously, this part is taste, this part is touch, and the eyelid, this part right here, is thought. So now we know that the sons of Horus were called Happy, Dumatef, Quebesenef, and the human Imseti. And they guard the corners according to our glyphs. Together we the gods in the train of Horus guard the corners. So now we know a little bit more about the sons of Horus. We still need to find out everything we can about Dylan. We need to find everyone who was at the opening of the tomb. So far we've talked to Lily and Dylan, and we need to find and replace the missing scarab. And we need to find a way to snoop Lily and Abdullah's bunks. And
Can't check that off yet.
we still need to really figure out who the four sons of Horus were, even though I just read something about them. So now I'm gonna go to the main tent really quick. I'm gonna get some water, because I think the more water Nancy drinks, the more rewards you get, obviously.
Oh.
Okay, now let's go to the antiquities tent, and I'm gonna show you something here. Take your pick. And this is the random egg. I forgot what it's called, something egg, but isn't this cool? So now we have this egg. Enigmatic egg. Yeah, so that's what this is. Pretty cool. And that was in this jar. Okay, so now let's go back to the temple. We've already talked to Lily and Dylan. And let's go and talk to Abdullah and see what he thinks about Nancy's discovery.
Yes?
What do you think of this tomb?
What are you getting at?
It's amazing. The amount of detail, the size. Well, someone really important must be buried here.
After 5,000 years of recorded history, that could be said about every hole in the ground.
But that's what you think, isn't it?
I don't leave the house for anything less than amazing.
So it's safe to assume this is going to be a major find?
You tell me.
Who do you think is buried here?
No, I do not guess.
Who are you hoping to find here?
Who does everyone want to find? The lost queen.
Who is that?
Nefertari.
Why is she lost?
Over 100 years ago, they found her tomb. The most magnificent of its kind. But when they opened the tomb, do you know what they found?
Nothing?
They found 2 kneecaps. The queen was nowhere to be found.
Why's that?
Nobody knows. I say she was never there to begin with.
Do you have proof?
No. The people who had proof have been dead 100 times longer than they were ever alive. So they're not talking. We have to learn to think like they did. But it's not easy. Anyone who says different lies or is stupid.
Do you know Dylan?
I know of him.
You do? So he has a reputation?
He is a very popular guide, for whatever that is worth. I do not like guides. They distort history and turn the other way, as sticky-fingered tourists steal every bit of Egypt they can find.
That seems a little harsh.
Not harsh enough. Every tourist thinks, what will it hurt? I'll just take one small piece of the pyramids. And they come, by the millions they come. And bit by bit they smuggle our history back in their luggage. They're worse than the museums.
Do you think international teams have stolen artifacts from Egypt?
No, I do not think. I know.
You don't seem very happy to have Dylan here.
Good. I'm glad you noticed. If this were my site, like it should be, he'd be out on the sand with his hat in his hand, trying to catch a ride back to Cairo. And he would never find one, because there is no street.
Okay, he's not a fan of Dylan. And, yeah, so...
Bye.
See you later.
Okay, so now,
Can't check that off yet.
we haven't found everyone who was at the opening of the tomb, so there's apparently someone else that we have to find. We have to find out everything we can about Dylan,
Can't check that off yet.
which we haven't done that yet. We have to find and replace the missing scarab, so we can figure that puzzle out, and we have to find a way to snoop Lily and Abdullah's bunks. So let's look around some more. Okay, so now we're back at the burial chamber. And remember this said, Great King's wife, Lady of the Two Lands, beloved of Moot. I really believe that Nefertari is here, but we don't know that yet.
The flashlight isn't working. I better find something else to light the way.
Okay, so we can't go for any further because we don't have enough light. So what you do is, I think we look here. Can this be translated? I don't know. Let's see.
A lamp! Great! I just need to find a way to get it working.
And this is when our trusty lamp oil comes in handy. And our trusty lighter that we found in Professor John Boyle's trunk will come in handy as well.
I wonder if I could find a way to light the entire room.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, still trying to figure this out.
Let there be lamp.
Oh, finally. Okay. So now we can see everything in the chamber. And let's just take a minute to see what kind of
My dictionary could help translate that.
messages we have in here. Where's the dictionary? Okay.
That's not good.
It says,
Now I have to know what the rest says.
it says, everyone who had been in this place, they are wretches. Uh-oh. There is no remedy for them because I know their names. Beware. This is the taste of death. Darkness shall conceal them. Something, something, gleb, something, blah, blah, blah. No idea what that means. So, I don't think this is a good thing. Let's see what this says. Lady of Terrors, Sovereign Lady, Mistress of Destruction. All kinds of goodies in here. Wow, that's not good. What's this? This is pretty cool looking. This sort of reminds me of the movie The Mummy, when they find the Canopic jars. I think this is some sort of baboon. If you notice, there's 4 in here, and the coins or whatever these are kind of resemble the Canopic jar design. So maybe these are like the 4 sons of Horus. And I remember in this, or somewhere I read that Amseti is like the human. So let's see. Amseti, the protector of the South. I forgot where I read that Horus. Okay, so the human is Amseti, gave protection, all of these gave protection over the embalmed organs on both canopic jars and amulets. So this is probably Amseti, and this is Dumatev, and all that good stuff. So we have 4 of the coin-like things that were in the canopic jars. And now, what's this?
It looks like something is missing. It looks like something is missing.
Something is supposed to go here. It looks like a scarab or something, but we obviously don't have what it's calling for right now. So I'm going to go ahead and end this as part 8 for Nancy Drew, Tomb of the Lost Queen. I will see you guys here very soon for part 9. And until then, domo arigato gozaimashita.